everyone, I have some 2024 election news that I have with you. Although this news does not confirm officially that Donald Trump is running for a third time honk honk, as how Stick Sexy Hammer puts it, it's definitely, I'm saying it again, it's definitely looking like that Donald Trump is probably going to do, as Stick Sexy Hammer puts it, a Grover Cleveland, which is he's going to be the first Republican to potentially win 2 non-consecutive terms for running for the presidency. And that would be a major, that would just, honestly, thinking about that right now would blow the liberals out of their minds, because now they have to deal with the fact that Donald Trump not only is a president, he made history. But let's get besides the point about that. Let's look at his potential plans for if he wins in 2024. From Axios, former President Trump's top allies are preparing to radically reshape the federal government if he is elected, purging potentially thousands of civil servants and filling career posts with loyalists to him and his America First ideology. People involved in the discussions tell Axios. The impact could go well beyond typical conservative targets such as the Environmental Protection Agency and the Internal Revenue Service. Trump allies are working on plans that could potentially strip layers at the Justice Department, including the FBI, and reaching the National Security, Intelligence, the State Department, and the Pentagon, sources close to the former president say. Yes! Something that I want him, something that honestly is really needed right now. If you think that Donald Trump was not against the deep state before in 2016, he certainly is now. It's obvious that he is pissed about what happened. He is 100% pissed. He tried to compromise at least a little bit, especially with the rhinos and the neocons within the Republican Party who have major positions in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, looking at you, Mitch McConnell. But now, after what happened in 2020 and just the major backstabs that occurred, I would be surprised if he wasn't out for revenge. But then again, as a commentator put it on Timcast, watching one of his videos about the very same topic, which I will be putting down in the description below. 230 Grade says, you could say Trump is angry and wants for revenge, or you could say he wants to right a wrong. Making people pay for their corruption and abuse isn't necessarily revenge, it's justice. Can it be a little bit both in this particular case? I mean, if you were in Donald Trump's position, but I'm digressing. This would be a major effort. This would be something that a lot of people would love, because honestly, government has become way too bloated to the point where just the bureaucracy, it's very inefficient, and it's regulation upon regulation upon regulation is just being put upon that just restricts a lot of people, and is causing a lot of major problems. The economy, for one thing, especially in the case of oil. Just take a look at Keystone, and just the fact that the federal government is not supporting the idea of drilling more oil, instead trying to get other countries like, say, Saudi Arabia to do the drilling for us. Something which I'm pretty sure a lot of people within the oil industry, whether they're white or blue collar, do not like. And the problem is, a lot of those people happen to be in both Texas and New Mexico. I am definitely going to be looking at New Mexico coming to the election. But, yeah, this would be a major change. Stick Sexy Hammer also mentioned the idea of potentially freezing spending, which, honestly, considering the amount of debt that the United States has at the moment, we really need to do something about that. And freezing spending, at least on the federal level, would help the United States a great deal. At the very minimum, it would decrease the debt. Or, not the debt, the deficit. By how much, I do not know. I'm not an economics expert, but I do know that right now, as I'm watching the USDebtClock.org, currently U.S. federal spending, the official amount, is about 6,029,364,000,000 and count and growing, with the U.S. national debt being 30,600,775,000,000 and 500,000 and counting. It just goes on very, very fast. It's so bloated. This just thanks to the bureaucracy. Plus, this is also a good thing if you think about it in terms of our rights, because a lot of these alphabet agencies like the FBI, the ATF, they have been very restrictive, and they've been going out of their way in order to attack other people and just float their power around. For example, I know that there's been already a lot of talks about glowies everywhere, about FBI agents all around potential places. Hell, some people have actually... there was actually a rally that was supposed to happen for Donald Trump a few months after what happened on January 6th. And there was a major news coverage about the fact that the FBI arrested one of their own agents. I bet you guys remember that. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. But it goes to show that the FBI and a lot of these other organizations are just not only bending the rules, they're going out of their way to just... I would say even break them, to try to implement a scenario just as a means to try to catch, or to try to convince civilians to commit a crime. Honestly, there's been a lot of satire from this. Just take a look at Freedom Tunes, for example. I will be putting their link down in the description below if you guys like to look at his videos, which, by the way, are pretty cool. But with Donald Trump, if he potentially cuts spending, not only freezes spending, but also gets rid of workers, this serves... Oh, I'm sorry, there's my alarm clock is going off. This serves as a negative consequence, a punishment to said agencies about what they will do if they decide to cross the line again, especially on Donald Trump. And, well, considering that the bureaucracy actually caused many problems as a result of trying to implement his America First policy, yeah, there's definitely incentive for him to actually do something like this. But of course, people like Axios are actually afraid of something like this. Okay, see, I'm continuing on with the previous article. The centerpiece: Trump signed an executive order creating Schedule F in it. Accepted service in October 2020, which established a new employment category for federal employees. It received wide media coverage for a short period, then it was largely forgotten in the mayhem and aftermath of January 6th, and quickly was rescinded by President Biden. Sources close to Trump say that if he were elected to his third term, he would immediately reimpose it. I hope so. Tens of thousands of civil servants who serve in roles deemed to have some influence over policy would be reassigned as Schedule F employees. Upon reassignment, they would lose their employment protections. And if this is now my opinion, this will cause over 50,000 government employees, bureaucrats, not civil servants, everyone. It's just a fancier, probably even more politically correct name for a bureaucrat nowadays. This would cause 50,000 of those employees to get out of the job, and a lot of these mainstream media outlets, including Axios, are going, "Oh my God, this is going to be so horrible. He's probably going to establish his own political appointees, and it's oh my God." If they're trying to target this to the Republicans, this is a stupid argument to make. I mean, hello, we're Republicans, we're conservatives, and many of us are also libertarians. We believe in a small, limited government. But then again, this also may serve as a means to try to rile up some leftists, maybe even a few moderates. But honestly, if they're trying to attack, if they're trying to rile up a certain voter group, it should be the independents. Although, in all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of independents actually support some of this, especially since this would actually, at least in my opinion, and just looking at the APA and a few other agencies, this would actually help with the economy. And as you guys know, it's the economy, stupid. I honestly hope that, I really hope that Donald Trump does implement this on day one of his presidency. Should he win? In fact, I still believe that he will win. But nonetheless, even despite that, this would be something awesome. And now, with this policy being implemented according to many sources close to the president, as Axios claims, this shows not only is Donald Trump running, he's out for blood. I've been seeing memes all around with A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and people calling A New Hope with Trump 2016, The Empire Strikes Back with Biden 2020, and of course Return of the Jedi in Trump 2024. I can totally see this not only as a meme, but also as reality. And I can't wait until the something. I am just so excited for that. My name is Noah Meehan on The Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share it for friends. Also, if you have any issues regarding my videos, such as how I speak, or any ways I should improve, please post it down in the comment section down below, or directly message me. Thank you.
Almost heaven.